conversation with me. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I need something to talk about because sometimes my stream's really boring. So my cousins really love me, and so they kind of love you. Alright. The silent party will not stay and hang out, unfortunately, because he just wants to go to bed or something. And
it's 9:30 at night. I've been up since 4 in the morning. I'm going to bed.
Poor baby. I love you.
Love you too.
I'll see you later. Oh, you got a kiss on microphone. Isn't that cute? I'm gonna be Keiko again as I play. Ooh. Oh, I have to choose my birthday. Well, my birthday's in the fall, technically. Fall 22. Because that's a month. So I wonder if I get to start on my birthday. I forget. I started this game on Switch, and I completed it. I completed the main storyline and everything. And I basically married, the one dude, and we had a place set for a baby, and baby never really happened. I mean, there was that little sprite thing with one mismatched eye. But yeah, this is a fun little game. I like games like this and Stardew and all that. Animal Crossing obviously was like my introduction to this genre of game. But I didn't really get into Harvest Moon until I saw it as a download on 3DS. I think I downloaded it for like $4 or something. It was like Tree of Hope or something. Or no, Sky Tree Village? That's what it was. Are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? You know what I like about this game, honestly, is that you could go for, anybody as a partner. I think that's cute. I think it's a good idea. I'm kind of curious what would happen if I chose a female partner. Usually because I'm straight, I kind of choose the dudes, but you know, hey, it's a character. I mean, why the heck not? I almost want to go for this chick, but there's like one other girl in the village that I usually help out a lot, and I sometimes help her, and I think she's nice too. I forget her name though. Kind of like this chick. She's cool. Somebody brought me here. I don't really care. Just let me get to the start of the game. A girl with blue eyes and short purple hair. Oh yeah, there's also this chick that's kind of Native American looking-ish. Like in costume sort of thing. I mean, she appears to be, you know, an accurate representation of... I don't know. She's... You know what? She's a character in a game. I'm not gonna assign any kind of political nonsense to her. She exists. So, yeah, this is a fun little game. I like stuff that's low stress games. Yes, I've played a lot of Sims too, so that's, or I mean Sims as well. I played Sims for the computers that I had, so. Oh yeah, that's right, I gotta fix all that stuff up first. Ugh. That's the real grinder, is fixing everything. But we start in spring, how cool is that? Wait right here, huh? Alright. What should I do? I'm pretty sure the people who lived here before were using it. It has to be here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Hey, look, it's a hoe. Hey look, it's a watering can! Hey look, it's cabbage seeds times 10. You'll need to learn how to grow your own crops if you're going to live here, so I'll teach you what I know. First, you need to till the land and make a crop field. Think of it as preparing a fluffy bed for your crops. So, why not try tilling a small section of the land in this area using the hoe I just gave you? Move the cursor to an empty plot and press the action button. Go on, try a few. Okay. I suppose I'm supposed to fill this whole section, aren't I? Oh, I can't wait until I upgrade this thing. There are, like, several upgrades you can do. Eventually you can just, like, hold down and, you know, it just clicks a whole bunch of squares at once. It saves you a lot of time and energy. Alright, I'm gonna plant some seeds. But first, I'm gonna finish tilling this stuff. Wait, does this do anything? No. I don't have the right tool for that yet. Aha! Cabbage seeds. I'm gonna finish planting the rest of the seeds, though. Ooh, would you take a look at that? You did a great job planting those seeds into your plots. Hee hee. It's nice seeing those seeds go back into the ground. It almost feels as if you're planting the seeds of hope. Ack, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start rambling. Alright, next step, let's try watering those seeds you just planted. But first, I will finish planting the seeds I planted. Your watering can I gave you earlier is still empty, so you'll need to fill it with water from that well there. Hang on. Let me finish. Hang on, let me finish. Alright, then... Actually, I do like this game because it's pretty simple action buttons. It's smart enough to know what you're trying to do, so you don't really have to go through and select a bunch of stuff. Yes, guys, I am yawning because I am tired. Looking very nice. Oh, and you need to water your crops once a day. If you forget to water them, they'll grow weak and eventually wither. And that pretty much sums up the basic steps on how to grow crops. Keiko, are you okay? You still look a bit tired. You see that house over there? No one is living in it right now, so you're free to use it. What are you waiting for? I'll show you inside the house. I don't know if I want to narrate every single thing I see. Guess it would help with my reading skills a bit. Make it, you know... Make it so that I can read faster. I don't know. What do you think? It might feel a bit cramped, but it should have everything you need for now. I tidy this place up once in a while, so you can use the bed and the kitchen without anything to worry about. As a doctor, I suggest you rest for the remainder of the day. A good night's sleep will relieve you of your fatigue. Okay, I'll just go to sleep with a stranger near me. That's cool. Although technically, I guess I was asleep when I was in her house, so it's okay. Oh, and after a night, I think your cabbages should grow in size. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Go relax and get some rest. Help, someone help me. I'm being crushed. I can't breathe. Whimper, please. Oh, yes. I think this is one of the sprite people. I wonder where that scream for help is coming from. I think I have to hit the... Hey, I pulled the button out. Thanks to whoever it was that pulled the weed out. But can you move that stone tablet too? First stone tablet. Phew, I'm saved! Thank you so much. I don't know who you are, but I owe you. Can you tell me your name? Keiko, got it. My name is Rowan. I'm the harvest sprite of crops. As you can see, I'm kind of small. I got stuck under the stone tablet and I couldn't even move. It was terrible. Jeez, who put that stone tablet here anyway? I wish people would think about us harvest sprites. Harvest sprites. I'm not sure either. I mean, now that you mention it, I do sense something strange about it. Maybe if you ask someone smart, they might know. Maybe. There's a lady named Jean that lives to the west of your farm. Maybe she knows something about it. Well, first I better darn well water my crops, or else all hell will break loose. You know, here's something I'd like to know the answer to. So later in this game you get, you know, you can have sheep, you can have cows, you can have a horse, you can have chickens. What I'd like to know is, why the heck don't those things eat your weeds if you put them out to pasture? Isn't that kinda what they do? It's just spitballing here. So yeah, here's... Oh yeah, I remember that's blocked off now. Aww. So many things I couldn't do before because they weren't a thing I could do. Oh yeah, I can pick marguerites. That's right, that's right, that's right. And I bet here's where the stone tablet goes. Oh yeah, there's 5 total. And they only get harder and harder to get. But yeah, you can totally grab random things off the ground, which is fun. Sometimes people want them. Sometimes people be like, hey, I need some marguerites. And you just go and grab a bunch and give them to them. And they'd be like, hey, cool, thanks. And that's it. Oh yeah, eventually this is a bridge to like the underworld or something. Like you go to this castle and then there's like stairs down to the underworld where the demon guy lives. He looks like Satan, but he's actually not a bad guy. He's just drawn that way. I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way. Ugh. Hey, Jean. Oh, hello, Keiko. Is something the matter? Oh, that is an interesting stone tablet you have. Or you found. Whatever. No, I don't think I've ever seen it. Well, hold on. I think I may have seen a panel with a similar shape to that tablet over at the lighthouse. Dun 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 dun! I have have to agree. It's got me quite curious. Why don't we head to the lighthouse then? We may even be able to find out where it came from. Yeah, I don't really feel like reading through that. Yeah. We just have to put the tablet on there. We'll see, and then one light will go whoosh, and then we'll go ding. See, there's the light, and it goes ding. Well, it wasn't from nothing, I tell you that. It's a miracle. I never thought the lighthouse would ever work again. Really? Nobody thought to explore those 5 missing pieces and figure out what they meant? I mean, shoot, even the one in the middle looks like a giant, bright star beam of light. You know, you'd think that maybe there'd be a connection. You want light? Oh, well, you better go get those tablets, dang it. Oh, and it's even tougher when you have one that was broken. It makes it even harder. Oh. I think it was either the last one or the second to last one that was broken in half, so you have to go get it fixed. Ugh. I mean, it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. I enjoy games like this with, like, low risk, high reward. You know, it's fun. Maybe I should have had her checked out at the hospital. Oh yeah, that's right. They can't see the sprites, only you can. So they think we're... They think I'm talking to myself. Maybe I should have had her checked out at the hospital. Well, what hospital, Gene? You're basically the hospital because we're on an island. Can I be honest? I kind of want to go for her as my partner in the game because, let's face it, I've gone for the only 2 interesting guys. And I love her green hair. I don't know, it just seems like a cool idea. Neat, you know? She's pretty easy to please, too. I mean, you just bring her stuff and talk to her. I mean, that's everybody, but, like, some people have, like, really, really complicated requests. I think... Oh, but there's the wizard guy. Oh, I kind of like the wizard guy, too. That's right! Oh, I never went for the apprentice either. Well, this just shows replayability. I mean, you've been with one person in the village. You know, you can play the game over and over again to be with other people in the village. It's very similar to Stardew Valley that way, but when you've been with someone in Stardew Valley and then you leave, then their opinion of you drops, like... to basically 0. And that's some drama that I don't need in my game. I'd sooner just start up a whole new game. And I don't know if I'll be streaming every time I play this game. I don't know. I don't know if I have the stamina for a go-through from start to finish, like 3 or 4 times. I guess, with the benefit of this being the PlayStation 4, do we have multiple save options? Save. Oh, well. Maybe. if I manage to keep track of 4 different save datas. Okay. Yeah, there's a good chance I could easily forget and, like, save over the wrong thing. Go to the town. Yeah. There's people there. Hey, look, my cabbages are already watered. I love rainy days. That's the best part. But I'll go ahead and fill up my watering can, because, yeah. Nope. Oh, yeah, this is how I weed. Oh. I can't break that with a hoe. You know, that's the one thing that Stardew has over this game, is that some of the tools are multifunctional. So, like, you could use a pickaxe for that rock, or you could use a hoe. The hoe kind of does the same thing. But the pickaxe is obviously better for all grades of rock. Or rather, you can use the hoe or the pickaxe for weeds and random bits of log and stuff. But in this game, you're basically weeding like you're in Animal Crossing. You just bend over and pick it up. You bend and snap. Oh my god, the bend and snap works every time. Thank you, Legally Blonde. So lately, I mean, it's cool that we have this venue for streaming and playing games and such. Looking to change my career, which was never intended to be in the field of law, but I had to get into an office job somehow in order to get some experience. The side effect of that is, I feel like I'm getting stupider every year. It's weird. When I graduated college, I graduated with a bachelor's, and I felt successful and like I earned it, and I was obviously intelligent enough to get that. But it's like every year I'm out of school, it's like I have no reason to correct my grammar, except that I give myself, a goal to be as grammatically and verbally correct as possible. So the longer I'm out of school, the less motivation I have to do that. And so I've started shortcutting myself, giving myself other things to say. Giving myself little passes to the point where it's become a habit. And by the time I end up going back to college, I wonder if anyone's going to notice. Some people go for their school track right away. They already know they want a bachelor's and they want a master's, they want a PhD, and just go for it. Me, at the end of my bachelor's, I was so tired of school, I wanted out. I wanted out as quickly as possible. But now I find that I miss it. I miss having an excuse to read something that made me feel smarter. I miss having to learn something. Having to learn something new. I miss having to learn something that felt like it mattered if I learned it or not. Because let me tell you something, all this stuff I'm learning while I'm at work, where I am, it's not really remotely transferable to anything I really want to do with my life. I work in a law firm right now, and my boss likes to comment about my lack of common sense. Newsflash, man. Whatever you prefer to see in your head is not necessarily common sense. Unless, of course, you're talking like, I don't know. Anywho, yeah, it sucks. He's done some other pretty shady shit, I'll be honest. And, the thing about him is he has charm. He has his moments. He has his joie de vivre. But the thing about it is that when you're off your guard and he just catches you with something that nobody needed to say and goes out for it, it's like, man, I'd really like to tell you to suck my... Well, I don't have a dick. I want to tell you to kiss my ass, but you're my boss, and I can't really do that, can I? That would mean a lot of problems for me. So, he wants softwood lumber. I can't chop anything down because I don't have an axe. So, what do you want me to do, man? How do I... Do I have an axe? Did you give me one? Nope. How do I get an axe? How do I get an axe? Do I have to talk to Jean again? And I'm gonna go to this holiday dinner. Really, Sam's back in town. Oh wow, that's wonderful. Okay, and you need an axe to do the repairs on his shop. I see now. An axe, an axe. I think Naomi has one, right? She's still on the island. So you want to visit Naomi in town. Her house has wooden walls and a blue roof. She can probably lend you one. Oh, right, Naomi. I forgot about her. She's cool, too. You know, for a potential partner. And I say partner. I don't know. Wife. One day you will be my wife. I actually settled a case with a... Well, it doesn't matter. She has a blue roof. Nope. That's where the magician dude lives. Blue roof, blue roof. I think she's over here. Gosh, it's so much, so many places you can go on this thing. Where might Naomi be? Hey, you there. This is the kid. This is the kid's sister. What are you doing here? Blah, 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 blah. No, Naomi is my mom. Oh, her mom. My name is Sally. You want to borrow our axe? Okay, what kind of weirdo just shows up at our house and says they want to borrow an axe? Stranger danger. I'm not comfortable with strangers around my house. Can you please leave? Man, I forget what a little bitch she can be sometimes. Aw, but you really need that axe. I know Jean is friends with Sally, too. Maybe she can give you some advice. No point in just standing around. Go on and talk to Jean. Ugh, I was just over there. You realize I have finite energy, right? Basically, those hearts up there, that's my energy. That's what I got. Yeah, I've been with the flower boy who lives here, and I've been with the farm boy. Farm boy, fetch me that pitcher. I'm just gonna be quoting random movies. I hope you get most, if not all, the references. Hard to not know that quote. You just told me to go over and get an axe. But guess what? No! Oh, I already have some bamboo shoots I already gathered. They're those little round brown baubles that stick out of the ground. They just sit there. They don't turn into anything. They're called bamboo shoots, and they just sit there. Never turning into bamboo. You just pick them or don't. I was checking, though, if there were any more. I can't remember if they regenerate next day or 2 days later. I don't know. Oh yeah, hey everybody, thank goodness for this kind of stuff. This year is gonna be such a bummer. I mean, it's still such a bummer, but as far as, I'm not going to be able to go visit my family for Christmas this year, and that really sucks. My cousin and his wife just had a baby, and I really, really, really would have liked to be able to go there in person and meet the little munchkin. But, yeah, instead I'm going for a Zoom call with everyone, giving them a 6-hour window, to come in, say hi, do some stuff, you know, Merry Christmasing and love you and talk to you later kind of stuff. I have some responses back, but, you know, a lot of people are, you know, just kind of non-committal. Weirdly enough, for a Zoom call. I mean, maybe they're zoomed out, I don't know. So, do I finally get an axe? Hello? Are you giving me an axe, or what? Oh, you want me to give you a cabbage? Man, you're a spoiled little brat. Why should I give you my cabbages? I'm supposed to sell those to Sam so I can make some money. She really is spoiled. I don't like her. Don't like those little kids that are like that. Oh, you don't have a cabbage. I just gave you bamboo shoots. You shush. They're not ready for picking. Not even close. Yeah, you're helping. Well, there's not a lot else I can do. I'll just weed until I can go to sleep. That's the other thing. I mean, if there's really not much else to do, in game, you're gonna want to weed because you gotta do, hold on, you gotta do this whole area, like all this. You see this right here? All this, from here to here, and to here, and then come back down, all this. Oh yeah, and by the way, that stuff over there, when you build this bridge, you're gonna have to do all of that. And all the way down, 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 down. Eventually you get a horse and it helps a lot, but, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that you want to get an early start on doing if there's nothing else for you to do. You know, okay, I don't have an axe yet, so I can't chop any trees down, and I can't really get rid of any of these rocks. So, weeds it is. And nope, there really is no faster or upgraded way to do this. You just gotta go square by square by square. X button, X button, X button. And sometimes there will be some that you miss entirely, where you're like, oh, I didn't know you were there. That's why I suggest you just kind of go blind for a bit, you know, you just keep going in one general direction, hitting the X button for as long as you can. For as long as you hear that noise. Alright, I'm down to my last little heart, and it's probably time for me to go. Is there a shortcut? Yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, time for bed. It's always a good idea to weed when you can. Save and sleep. Oh, I already saved a second. No, wait. Well, we're not saving yet. We're not quite done with this yet. Okay, and you want to pay attention to your face meter, by the way. Your meter up above your head. That thing has multiple expressions, and it will tell you if you're oh, stop talking. I don't need you to talk over me while I'm picking my stuff. Oh, and what's the... There's a mode for this. Oh, you can zoom out. Zoom in like this. That's about as zoomed in as you can get, apparently. There's a way to... Okay, so if you don't go for the stick and you just use the directional buttons, you can better aim when you want to work with your when you want to work pixels. But there's a way you can be only shifting in one direction and it moves you one side to the other. And I forget what that is. I don't know if it's... It's a neat little trick if you can do it. Oh yeah, and most of these people won't be awake. It's like, they make you wake up at 6 in the morning. Nobody's up then. I mean, I know farmers get up early, but you gotta do business with people, and they don't usually wake up till like 9. So I've never been much of an early riser, I think. I don't like the loneliness of it. If there's 2 early risers in the house, it's nice one-on-one time. But if you're the only early riser in the house, it is lonely. You're just there waiting for people to wake up so you can have someone to talk to. It's really, it's lonely. I don't know. And I consider myself a loner. It's just, I don't know. It just seems extra lonely somehow. Nobody's awake. Oh, I wanted to ask someone a question. Well, I guess I still have to wait. Oh yeah, and if you don't hit weed, it's gonna turn into hoe action because there's nothing else you can do there. Now, some of you might be wondering, well gee, do these boulders get to be a real problem for you later? Yeah, they get worse, if anything. Let's say you just cleared all your land of all the weeds, right? Guess where that leaves space for? More rocks! And the rocks seem to, like, grow. I don't know what's going on. Like, if you get enough mini boulders in one spot, eventually they become medium boulders, and if you get enough of those in one spot, eventually it becomes a giant boulder that takes forever. I mean, do we just live in rock slide territory? I don't get this. I don't get the rock problem that we seem to have here. But, oh, that looks like I've made a significant decrease in the weed population. We have a real weed problem. That's cool. I've at least got a few screenshots of, oh, well. There. That's an easier way to put it. See? Look at that. That's pretty damn near clean. Weeds are really easy to get rid of. But it's just tedious. It's mind-numbing. And it's just boring. Sometimes you can see through the tree when you're walking past it, but it's not super clear the way it's done. Alright, well, you get the picture. Do a lot of weeding. Do a lot of hoeing. Plant some more seeds if you can. No. Alright. Maybe now this little brat will give me her, axe if I just give her a cabbage. In the meantime, you can't really deal with Sam because he doesn't want to work without his shop, even though most of the time we see him, he's off to the side anyway. He's not even in his shop. So I don't know what his shop is for. Maybe inventory? I don't know. Alright. Let me see if I can't impress her with my possession of cabbages. Oh, here comes Mama. Conveniently, when this kid's trying to be a brat. I'm her slave. She wants me to give her bamboo shoots and cabbage, oh my. She wants me to do it all for free. I just want your axe. She won't give it. She wanted proof of my crops that I live here, or proof that I live here by her crops. Well, look at that. They look so fresh and delicious. Don't you agree, Sally? Well, you never know. She could have just stolen them from someone else's farm. Oh, Sally, please. I haven't seen a cabbage this big on the island since the big storm. Which means that this cabbage was indeed grown by her very own hands. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Yeah, now you're gonna have to have salty cabbages. Yay, an axe! Cool, now I can chop things down. Yeah, in this game, I feel like it's more realistic than, Animal Crossing, in the way that the axe never breaks, but you run out of stamina. That makes more sense. It's really hard to break an axe. Axes are made specifically for cutting trees. They're made to be really strong and really sturdy and really sharp. They really shouldn't need to be constantly rebuilt. Okay, I get it. I'm down to my last little heart. Sheesh. I'll collapse any minute now. Can I just give you some wood? Isn't that all you needed? There. See? You just needed some wood. Yay! How much do you need? There. I see. Woo! Hey, got the second stone tablet. Cool. Can I sell you the rest of my cabbages? Oh. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna be skipped over to the stone tablet stuff. Hey, can I sell you some cabbages? Can I sell you some cabbages? There we go. No, not the seeds. Cabbages. Eventually I'll be able to use something that's called a jacuzzi. Well, not really a jacuzzi, it's more like a hot spring, and it actually powers you up and puts you back to normal strength and energy. So you don't have to always sleep, but it's gonna be a minute before I can do that sort of thing. Sadly. And actually, that wasn't even an option in the other version. I don't think. Yeah, I never saw a hot spring there. Gosh, I wish I could show you guys that. I put so many hours into that game. And it's kind of like, it was a little bit like Minecraft, like the setup, Skytree Villages. It's very similar animation style, and it's all, you know, cubey blocks. But the characters aren't cubes. I guess that's the main difference. I actually tried playing Minecraft because I kept hearing people go on and on about how awesome it is, and I played it, but problem was it made me sick. Made me like motion sick. The way the camera is and the way it moves in this not so three-dimensional type of setting. It's three-dimensional, but it's like fake 3D, so I don't know, it gives me a headache. Sad, because I wanted to enjoy it as much as, you know, everybody else does. There is a way to shift it so that she only moves from side to side without turning. And I forget how she does it. It's, like I said, it's a trick. Like... There's a button. I forget how she does it. It's crazy. I'll have to figure it out. Because it's starting to bother me. It makes it so much easier to plant your seeds. You just shift from side to side without her turning at all. It's like a crab walk. You'd think it would be harder to move her that way, but it actually makes it easier. Because when she turns, if she turns slightly to the wrong direction, then you're screwed. Because you're trying to put them in some type of order. Alright. And it makes it so much easier to water, too. Oh my god. So basically, best way to do it is to do like this for a bit. That way you're doing it in rows. And you can just hold down the direction button and just keep tapping X. It doesn't always work though, because sometimes she runs over it. Actually, I don't really want to use those squares. I kind of want to... I like to see like a full-sized looking kind of small field. There's so many daggone... Oh! Well, I can chop more... Duh! Chop more trees. It makes it easier. God, it takes so much energy just to chop down a couple trees. That's just silly. With the bigger, more upgraded axes, it's usually like 3 swings and done. I don't know. Hey, you know, if you guys think this is content worthy, you know, leave a description, leave a comment, whatever. I'm not trying to get like super big on YouTube, but it would be really cool to just get my name and self out there, you know. Hey, in this time of COVID, I mean, you know, not much else there is to do, I guess. Don't tell me to get a job, because I already have one and it sucks. I mean, I guess I'm fortunate, but like I said before, I kind of work for a boss that's not. And I know how some people will feel. They'll be like, oh boo frickety who, all bosses kind of suck in their own way. I've had some pretty good bosses before. Namely one. I used to count this one as a really good boss, but the more he comments on my intelligence, the more I think, well, this guy's really kind of shitty, actually. He's shitty, he does shady things with our checks, like with our money. You know, he'll say, oh, if you're on your phone, you must not be working. Like, if I catch you on your phone, you must not have enough to do, so I'll tell you what, you get a lunch. But he still expects us to be at our desks. Like, he says he doesn't, but he really kind of does. It's really... It's like catch as catch can. It's like you... and it's not always totally announced when he changes his mind about things. So, you know, you might think, oh, I get a lunch, so I get to do whatever the hell I want for half an hour. And then out of nowhere, you know, my... what do I want to say? My officer, not office manager, who is, you know, the former office manager, but while my colleague is trying to become office manager, she's kind of still got all the power. Out of nowhere, she starts going, oh, if you're going to take half an hour for lunch, you better put that on your timesheet. And it's like, well, you know, we were getting lunch, so I don't know what you're talking about. And she said, yeah, well, now he changed the rules again. I'm like, since when, and why did nobody tell me? You know, like, the communication sucks in that office. It's weird, because there's only like 6 of us, and no one can manage to tell me anything. You know, I don't get it. my coworker friend who is sort of an office manager, but not quite. You know, she's stuck in friggin' limbo. She's had a lot of hours that she never got paid while COVID was first starting because only she was allowed to be working. All the rest of us were at home. And she had to do all of our jobs for a while there. And she never got paid for all that extra time. She never got a raise. She never got anything for it. Just praise, that's it. And even that was short-lived. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not ashamed to admit I'm looking, and, you know, she told me she doesn't blame me for looking. You know, and then I can go ahead and use her as a reference, so. In the meantime, I figure, hey, let's do some fun stuff. Let's try to take our minds off the horribleness of the state that we are in this country, you know. Me and the Silent Party will be voting tomorrow, and hopefully it makes a difference in the angle of, you know, something better. You know, I'm not gonna get too political on here, but everyone has a right in this country to vote, and I encourage y'all to vote. Either way, I mean, I think we should be all striving for more united states, not divided states. That's what I think. And there are people who don't believe in that for some bizarre reason. They think they're the only ones who have a right to live here. And that makes no sense to me at all, because if it wasn't for immigration, you wouldn't be here either. You know, there's a lot of things that wouldn't be without immigration, so I would say yeah, somebody recently asked, and like kind of as a poll for a completely unrelated group, what is everyone's opinion of Columbus Day? And I feel like in the last 10 years, more and more people have been getting angry about Columbus Day. I feel like it started closer when I was in like my last year of high school. I don't remember a lot of people being angry about it before then. I'll say that. I don't remember. I mean, we all knew the history of it. You know, it's not like we were dumb. We all kind of knew what the history of it was, and we never heard people saying boo about it until about that year, as far as I'm aware. Now, maybe I'm just out of the loop. Maybe people have been complaining about Columbus Day for years. I don't know. But what's funny is people assume that you're trying to offend them, and if they're not fully aware what certain words mean, they just jump to that conclusion. So it was a funny thing where she asks people, like, what's your opinion of Columbus Day? And I said it's a passé holiday that people seem to hate a lot for legit reasons, but for the most part, like, I don't, you know, I feel apathetic about it. Like, I don't really care. It's a holiday that nobody really gets paid to be off, so sometimes, depending on which school you go to, you get school out for the day, you know, sometimes, but for the most part, it's a passé holiday that makes no difference to me. And people were, like, shocked that that was my opinion. And I think they didn't know what I meant by passé, because I don't think they knew what passé was. I think they thought I meant, like a passive, like, or passable, like a thing that has no greater meaning. So they're like, wow, like, you really don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, do you know what passé means? It means out of date, out of fashion. It's a holiday that used to be celebrated, which, yeah, I mean, yeah. It has been. I remember being a kid and people being like, "Yay, Columbus Day!" I mean, not yay, but you know, people like, "Hey, it's a holiday. There's sales. There's things. There's, you know, you dress up as your favorite colonist or whoever, right?" As if people have favorite colonists. You know, it's something in school I learned about and was taught to kind of revere as like this good thing that happened. You know, and later on, of course, we know the history of it. It's not quite so lovey-dovey and sweet that, you know, in grade school they tell you, because they don't think you're smart enough or sophisticated enough to process a complex feeling. So they just, you know, they dress it up like Pocahontas and say, "Oh yeah, it's, you know, it's nice. It's, you know, there's a happy ending." And people were shocked that that was my opinion, that I was like, it's a passe holiday that people hate for legit reasons. I said the reasons were legitimate. What are you missing? What are you missing from what I said? And they were just like, "Well, you know, Indian people were raped, or Native Americans were raped. You can't, how can you feel that way?" Well, to be honest with you, most, if not all of us, would not be here as we are if that didn't happen. It's not a friendly, fluffy, nice kid glove opinion. It's just kind of a hard reality opinion. I know I wouldn't exist. And people tried to argue with me, "Well, we might still exist." No, we wouldn't. If you think about it. Your parents migrated from different countries to the United States by the time it was the United States, right? You're either first or second or maybe even, like, I don't know, 10th gen by now, you know, United States citizen. But had your parents, ancestors, or whoever never migrated here, then they wouldn't, your parents wouldn't have met. Your parents might not even exist, which would definitely mean you don't exist. And people just couldn't swallow the reality of that. They were like, "I might still exist." No, you wouldn't. Not unless your parents lived in the same country, and still, the odds are different, because you know why? Your parents met the way they met. There's no guarantee they would meet in any other setting. It's kind of a destiny thing. I do kind of believe in destiny. There's such a thing as, you know, this was supposed to happen the way it did. And I'm not saying it's good or whatever. I'm just saying I feel sort of catch-22 about it. Like, well, it's horrible, yes. But had they not done what they did, you know, we wouldn't be here, guys. We just wouldn't. Now, maybe a lot more Native American people would be here. And that's probably, you know, in some parallel universe, that's probably what happened. But, it's just people couldn't swallow that reality. Like, it's the butterfly effect. You know, if you just change one little aspect of history, the entire end result could be different. Would be different. Sorry, my cat's on the table. You know better than that. Get down. Like, look at my dad's family. And actually, my dad's dad was part Mohican, according to our family recollection. He had some Mohican blood. And it makes sense, because of most of the family, he could tan the best. That guy had a good tan going. All the rest of us are pale little Irish-looking babies. But Grandpa had Mohican blood and Scottish blood. And Grandma had Irish and... Oh, what'd I do? Grandma had Irish and I don't know, some variation of English, I guess. But they met the way they did. And if Grandpa didn't have any Mohican blood, think of it this way. His family might have been Scottish, but there's no guarantee that he just wouldn't exist. Because he had to be who he is to have existed, if that makes any sense. Now, his parents might have met, or his grandparents might have met different people, and maybe a variation of his personality or his person could have existed, but he himself wouldn't exist. And without him, my dad wouldn't exist, and certainly I wouldn't exist. So that's where the catch-22 comes from. It's like, yeah, what happened in history is horrible, but I wouldn't be here if it didn't happen. And I have to be, if not totally appreciative, I have to respect the fact that that's true. So, I mean, it's not a hateful thought. It's not a, oh, I'm glad those, Native Americans got killed. No. It's horrible. I have already said that. And put it this way, I mean, my mom's side of the family came over on the same boat as Leif Erikson. So if the Vikings hadn't come and pillaged in the north, I probably wouldn't be here either. My mom never would have met my dad. My dad probably wouldn't exist. My mom might still exist, but slim chance. She would have met somebody else and had other children, and they wouldn't be me. See what I mean? There is only one me in the world, and there's only one way I could have existed, and it's the way I got here. And that's just the reality of it. I mean, there's no hatred, there's no aggression about it. It's just, it is what it is. So, I mean, when people say, oh, what's your opinion? And I say, well, it's a catch-22 for me, and people get all offended, like, oh, how can you feel that way? Well, that's how. And on that note, I think I'm gonna end this stream for the day, guys. Hey, if you end up checking in, I'll be posting all kinds of games. Probably too boring for most people to want to watch, but if you're interested, there's no harm in being interested in the, how do I put it? The underdogs. Or the underappreciated game types. And that ends my first part of Harvest Moon Light of Hope for PlayStation 4. Good night, guys. Have a good one.